Former President Trump proposing another tax move that could open up a loophole for wealthy Americans who move out of the country. Robert Frank joins us now with more. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Good to see you. Well, President Trump saying in a statement, quote, I support ending the double taxation for overseas Americans. And he added, just to emphasize, register to vote, vote Republican. The campaign not providing any details on that plan. There are over 4 million Americans living overseas, about 2.8 million registered voters or eligible voters. Now, the U.S. is unique in that it taxes its citizens no matter where they live in the world. Other countries only tax those who live there. That's known as residency-based taxation. Now, for most Americans overseas, the current system adds a lot of paperwork and compliance, but rarely significant taxes. And that's
I'm just looking at his title up top. I'm like, why he got it up there for?
Because they get U.S. tax credits for taxes that they pay to foreign governments, and any income over $126,000 is exempt. Yet, if it's broadly defined, this could open a huge loophole for the wealthy. So if you
so Theo, what the? You're an American brother, okay?
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
With this coming through, because obviously passport bros, we're leaving America to a new country. You got to pay double taxes in that country and America too. Trump is saying that we're going to end double taxation if you brought him in. That's essentially we might as well call that a passport bros bill.
Yeah, this is the passport bro bill. This is the most significant legislation of our tax proposal that I've seen by any candidate in the last 30 years. If straight out, if it matters how it's worded, but for what he is saying, it wouldn't just be that you would have a foreign tax credit of $126,000 a year. The foreign tax credit would be endless. It would be any amount. So guys, let me put this. If you're one of my students, if you're making $300,000 a year with my process, with Trump's proposal, you would get about $50,000 a year extra in tax returns. $50,000. I would get over $100,000 a year in tax returns. Well over $100,000 a year in tax returns. I want to tell you guys how big this is. This would be so big that I could pay for the forward operating bases, like 2 in Colombia, 1 in Rio, and 1 in Thailand. I could pay for all of them just based upon tax returns. And I could pay for a gym with high quality Panada, Arsenal Strength, Prime Fitness, and Eleiko. I could have those 4 vendors inside of a high quality gym in either Rio or Colombia and have all the tariffs paid, all the logistics, everything paid for just on this bill alone. This is the way. This is, guys, this would, again, for us passport bros, this would give us such a jump. It would be unbelievable just how much money we would be making. And of course, we go abroad where there's no inflation or very little inflation. Because again, we got to be in a stable economy because we have to have stable internet access, right? So you would get so much tax money back. All of your plane tickets would be free, essentially. In fact, you could stack your money. Let's say like you go abroad like for 3 years. You could save so much money just on the taxes. You could put those into financial instruments and basically just get like a 5 or a 6% return. Like you could cash out 5 or 6% per year, whereas your financial instrument is making between like 15 and 20% per year. So you just cash out a little bit, and that would pay for all of your airplane tickets back to the West if you really wanted to. The amount of opportunities that you would have is so great that you basically would be insane not to vote for this. So unlike Obama, he's saying
that's only if he actually does it, you know.
Yeah, just on the hopes he passes it. But
me, if he was to get in that position, he has to get voted in first.
Yeah.
But I know business guys that do this. They're not passport, whatever. They're not that. But because I know they're gonna try to label it as that, but I want to correct them beforehand.
Yeah.
No, there's business people that live overseas. They're not considered passport, blue book gentlemen or passport bros. Not any of that. They still live overseas and operate. So this benefits them too. If you're somebody who has a business in America but you run it remotely, this same thing that he's explaining applies to you as well. So it's not like, oh, this is just going to benefit us, but it benefits anybody who's making that kind of money and working remotely. You know,
especially
working remotely or
tech,
managing a business.
Guys working in tech, y'all like to live abroad, so it could probably work out for y'all.
But yeah, that was a disclaimer I wanted to give first, because I feel like that needs to be understood. And shout out to IP Fair Use. He makes a lot of good content about these conversations. But from the way I see it, I mean, it's very what they call it, the devil's, like, when the devil's trying to convince you, like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's very alluring, but I don't know, man. It's just like he would have to really put it in action for me to see it. I'm not gonna just go off of what he'll say he'll do, and then.
I mean, yeah, a lot of this is just this. I mean, speculation. I mean, I guess when somebody, when they're trying to get your vote, they're gonna say whatever. Mm-hmm. Which is, it makes sense because you have to at least try to talk and convince them to vote for you. I mean, that part makes sense, but if this is something that means a lot to people, then I can see people have the reason why they will vote for Trump for that. Because obviously, these guys love paying less taxes, which is a good thing because they've earned their right to do so. I mean, if there was a ways to bypass taxes and gain returns off of it,
facts.
I don't see why anybody
why you would not want to do it,
take advantage of it. So
right. So do you feel like that would sway your vote?
I mean, yeah. If I had something similar to that, I mean, I don't at the current moment, I don't operate overseas, or I don't have nothing overseas for me to.
So it's kind of like, nah, it ain't no reason for me to vote. Yeah. I mean, it's no reason for me to sway my vote or anything. I mean, eventually, if it was to get to that point, then this would also benefit us as well. But
I always think, like, would this, let's hypothetically say he's in and it goes in effect. Mm-hmm. Is there like is statute of limitations of it? Like, this bill, is it like a permanent type of bill, or is it like somebody can just come in and just reverse? Yeah, the next presidency could come in and just reverse it.
Yeah, or take it off. Turn it off. What is it? Like the Biden program, like how they opened it, but now they're closing it.
Yeah,
same thing with that. Like I said, the only reason that they even had on the other side why I even thought about it was for the Biden program. But if I'm talking about being able to bring foreign families in or people in under a temporary visa to operate in the States, that's the only reason why my vote would be swayed in that. But with this coming to the table, this is kind of like, eventually I know I would want to get to that point. This is like, wow.
Yeah.
So like you said, if it's permanent, cool. If it's like something like where it's only like in the temporary term that he serves, it's like, nah, I ain't interested. You know what I'm saying? If it's only a temporary, then I'm like, nah. It has to be like lasting for a minute.
Yeah.
That's the way I would look at it. But I mean, man, that's it, man. They putting it balls in, bro. They like, look, vote for me. We need that. They putting everything on the table, man. But yeah, I think this is a great proposal, though.
Yeah,
honestly,
whoever,
wonderful proposal.
Whoever who's dealing overseas, have business overseas.
Living overseas but manage businesses in America.
Yeah. So.
Well, it would still because they're still U.S. citizens. They're still taxed as U.S. Regardless of whatever they do, wherever they're at, they're still gonna get taxed.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
man. Uncle Sam, bro. Where my bread? Where my bread at? I'm gonna get it no matter what. But yeah, I don't see it being a huge shift in the edge of vote, because I feel like I said, a lot of people, when it comes down to voting, a lot of it's personal. a lot of it's like what the person represents versus what they actually promise to do. So, I mean, I don't feel like this would be.
Yeah, this is for the people.
This is the people who's really taking accountability in their lives and really living a good lifestyle. You know,
yeah.
People who ain't doing that, they like, what this got to do with me? I was born and raised in America. I'm going to end in America. I ain't leaving here. So if you're that kind of person, then yeah, this is like, why are we listening to this?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, tell us what you guys think about it. Are you guys operating in America and have a business overseas or living abroad or any of that nature? So tell us in the comment section down below. So once again, we appreciate you guys for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell if you haven't already. If you guys have any recommendations or feedback, you hit us up on our social media or email down below. And then we see you guys in the next video.
Peace.